A woman had been stranded at sea for 3 days and 3 nights. Just when her hope was almost gone, she spotted an island in the distance. Desperate for help, she began rowing with all her might, but she didn't know that the real danger was about to begin. Suddenly, her boat began to shake violently. When she looked down, she was horrified. A huge shark was attacking her boat. The shark's powerful blows cracked the boat, and water began to pour in. Terrified, the woman gripped the oar tightly and rowed towards the island as fast as she could. The boat was sinking rapidly, and she could fall into the sea at any moment. Things got even worse when the same shark began to chase her. But the woman didn't give up. Determined to save her life, she somehow managed to reach the island. As soon as she arrived, she was astonished. There were no trees or sand on the island, only a large rock, and several sharks were circling her in the water. In a panic, she dropped her oar and jumped into the sea. For a while, she tried to keep the sharks away with her broken boat. Then, with all her strength, she swam towards a raft nearby. At the last moment, she managed to climb onto the raft, leaving the sharks behind. Feeling a little safer now, she opened the supply box on the raft. Inside, she found some food and drinking water. But the most surprising thing was a walkie-talkie. She immediately called for help, but for a long time there was no response. Disheartened, she took a sip of water and looked at the box again. That's when she found a flare gun. Without hesitation, she fired the flare into the sky. But a few seconds later, she realized her mistake. It was daytime, so the flare was unlikely to be seen. Just as she was about to fire another flare, she suddenly saw someone behind her. Looking closer, she realized it was an old friend she hadn't seen in years. Overwhelmed with emotion, she quickly threw a rope to pull her friend onto the raft. But their commotion attracted the attention of sharks. Within moments, the sharks began to circle them. Both women trembled with fear, but luckily, they survived the attack. Now, the situation had become even more critical. Initially, one person was stranded at sea, then two. Suddenly, a voice crackled over the walkie-talkie. A man was speaking. He said he had received their signal and was coming to rescue them. The two women felt a wave of relief, but as soon as the rescue team learned about the sharks, they decided to deal with them first. The women tried to warn them of the danger, but it was too late. Suddenly, a massive great white shark slammed into their boat. One man lost his balance and fell straight into the sea. The other man lunged forward to save him, but then a shark leaped out of the water and viciously bit his arm. Both men fell into the sea, and within moments, the sharks had claimed them as their prey. Their last hope of rescue was gone. Now, only two terrified women remained in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by the ever-present threat of death.